Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies, and comrades, karibu sana. Sorry. I had this scheduled for tomorrow, but I have to do it today because tomorrow is never promised. I had to, there'll be things going on tomorrow. So I chose to come in later today. I know my people, if you're in Kenya, it's probably very late, past midnight or something like that. But if you're up and you've got the notification, please, karibu sana, like the video, please. And I will drop the link if you want to join the studio. Let me just drop it right now. All right. Okay. Karibu. If you're on X, please, karibu. I'm giving you guys 5 minutes just to get in. Poleni. This was not planned. I thought I would go like tomorrow, but I just wanted to get this in today. Sorry, I know so many people will miss this, but if you're going to watch this on repeat, karibu. The first order of business is to like the video, share, and if you see it on your timeline and you're wondering who this is, my name is Kenya Revolutionary. You can go find me on YouTube, type Kenya Revolutionary, and please go ahead and subscribe, share, comment, and all that good stuff. Tell your friends to join in. Tutaingia saizi. Karibu sana, karibu. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies and comrades. The topic is Muguka 2 and Abdulswamad Nasir, the governor of Mombasa, 0. Tuingie. Sorry, Gudia. I know she was on the chat there. She was telling me that she'll be tuned in tomorrow. But change of the plans. Sorry. But if you're going to watch this on repeat, go ahead, like the video, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. You understand? Right. All right. Let's get in. For those of you who are subscribed and are getting the notification, karibu. So much going on. Muguka debate is going on. And yesterday I tried to play the Oscar Sudi thing and it wasn't letting me. That's why you saw my live kind of ended abruptly because I was having connection problems. Obviously, probably I was getting an attack from the Oscar Sudi people. So you never know how these things go, okay? But anyway, if we are going to carry on, let's carry on right now, okay? Now, where do I start? There's growing tensions. I don't know if this is media hyped or is it really going on within the UDA. It seems that the UDA hierarchy is kind of fractured right now. It is said, the Daily Nation say that Nani, what's his name? The deputy president has bought a new political party. I don't have a way of confirming that. I don't know if it's true, but of late I can see a lot of people who are aligned to President Ruto are really attacking Gachagua. Telling him he's a bully or whatever the case. I mean, we had Sakaja of all the people was talking about that. I don't know what it is. I know you might be asking yourself what's going on. I'll play that guy. Sakaja's speech that he was attacking Gachagua. And I was thinking, Sakaja is the last person to talk about anything because, Nairobi is not in a good place right now. So attacking somebody is not, But anyway, in another news that's unrelated to my topic, but I will get to the topic. That how I usually operate. Naweka topic hapo alafu sasa zingine naanza na ile appetizer huko mambo mengine alafu tutamaliza na Muguka versus Abdulswamad. Ama namna gani? In another news, Malala, Cleophas Malala, I guess is the General Secretary of UDA. He wrote something trying to put Oscar Sudi in line because after Oscar Sudi's shenanigans during the weekend, probably he didn't like that or whatever the case is, and he wrote a letter to Oscar Sudi. Oscar Sudi wrote a reply back, and we're going to get into that. I will start with the Oscar Sudi stuff because I did not get the opportunity to finish up discussing about Oscar Sudi. I wanted to give you a clear context of what was going on because as I mentioned, Oscar Sudi's reply or comeback to Gachagua was not just what was outrageous about what he was doing, but his matamshi yake, his pronouncements. He said he doesn't go to parliament. Apparently, he's a member of parliament. He was voted by the people of Kapsaret. But he says You know, I don't waste time go to the parliament. Mimi ni mkarabati. I do my thing outside the parliament. Nafanya ukarabati wangu. I make money. I'm a hustler. I don't have time to go to the parliament. So people are asking themselves, what's going on? You've been voted to be a representative of the Kapsaret people to legislate, you know, and oversight. But you're nowhere to be seen. We want to hapo ati wewe ni mkarabati. So what was the point of voting you in as the people's representative? Watu wa Kapsaret? So those are the questions that people are asking themselves. What's going on? This guy is being voted in as an MP to represent the people of Kapsaret, but he's saying he doesn't have time to go to the parliament to legislate. He only has time for ukarabati. So it's as if he disqualified himself by those pronouns, by those statements that he made. But anyway, so let's look at it. Let me just start with Oscar Sudi, then we'll go to Malala, then we'll get to Gachagua, then we'll get to some news that happened to be related to Ogola's situation. Apparently, it has been announced that the death of General Ogola, the investigations that take place, the findings out of that investigation shall not be made public. I'll repeat again, and I'll show you the news clip that I saw where I'm getting this information, because you might think maybe I'm making up stuff right off my ass. No, I'm not. They said, the government, I guess, say that the investigation, the findings in the investigation surrounding the suspicious death of General Ogola shall not be made public. Why? That is the question the public will obviously ask. It is to everyone's interest. They want to know what happened to our beloved general. Why is the findings not being, why will they not make it public? Is there something that they found out that might lead to some people that when it is made public, it might cause brouhaha? Is it pointing at some powerful people who are behind it? We shall delve into that also. Let's start with Oscar Sudi. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers, sisters, friends, and comrades, let me get started, okay? I know you're tired of my monologue. I sound like a broken record. But again, before I start with my video, if you haven't subscribed, if you're seeing this in your timeline and you're wondering who this is, my name is Kenya Revolutionary. Go to my YouTube channel. My name is Kenya Revolutionary. You can see right there on the screen. Type that on YouTube. Subscribe, share, like, comment, and do all that stuff. And if you're watching this for the first time, like the video. Sorry, if you're already subscribed and you're watching this video in your timeline, like it. Let's get started, okay? All right. Tuanze na Oscar Sudi. Oscar Sudi. All right. Give me 2 seconds as I load up Oscar Sudi, because we want to discuss his behavior that led to Malala to give out a statement. You know, alitoa onyo hapo, akasema, you know, Malala, akasema, hey, Oscar Sudi, your conduct this past weekend was unbecoming. So let's get to it, all right? And there was reactions from the people in Wasangu, people from the area. What's it called? Your area, Kapsaret, or whatever the case is. Because apparently, we all know Oscar Sudi. He has built a nightclub, something like that, which is not so far away from a school, and people are complaining about that. Let's start with Oscar Sudi. All right. Are you guys ready? All right. Tuanze. Like the video, please. Go ahead and like the video. Let me just start here right now. Oscar Sudi. All right. Here it is. Let's play the video. Here's the video. You guys can see? All right.
Pesa taslimu. Panga makofi tena. Wapi makofi? Haya sasa utengeneza makofi. Wangapi wanampenda Sudi? Hapo muone kwa mikono juu. Na mkono tayari tusindikize. Haya. Mwenyewe mwenye inji. Kenya 1. Moja. 200. 400. 600. 800. 900. Milioni moja. Milioni moja na 100 na 200 na 300 na 400 na 500 na 600 na 800 na 900. Milioni mbili. Haya. Bado muko? Hai. Hello. Okay, Meja Koske ametoa shilingi 5,000. Asante sana. Haya, Ngomite. Bado muko? Sasa imefika kilele. Ama namna gani? Haya, ya mkarabati ndani akwe. Agera moja nyingine berege. Anet ka utana tujigire mokto. Haya. Haya, 100. 100. Haya. 200. 3. 4. 5. 6. 8. 9. Haya. Ni 1,000. Milioni moja. Milioni moja na 100. Milioni moja na 200. 300. 4. 1.5. 1.6. 1.7. 1.8. 1.9. 150. 80. 90. Milioni mbili. Kutoka kwa Oscar, 2 million shillings, ndio? Haya, tupigeni makofi yetu. Haya, na wale wana escort yeye. Wana escort yeye. Haya, hilo anasema mtu anaitwa Aiso, ana escort. Kila mtu sasa kuna tofauti. Karakira ito kutoka wale 1,000. Haya, kitabu.
Anyway, so you guys saw that. That was how Oscar Sudi was gave out 3 million Kenyan shillings, and it caused an outrage. There were people who were asking, "Hey, hiyo pesa umetoa wapi? Oscar Sudi, where is that money coming from? Hebu tueleze, hiyo pesa umetoa wapi? Wewe ni mkarabati." So there was an outrage about that, and we can hear it. Here's
moja tu kwa shule ambayo inaitwa Nova. Tunataka ambayo inaitwa Timba, ambayo iko na mita 100 tu kwa shule ambayo inaitwa Nova. Tunataka kumwambia county commissioner achukue hatua na hiyo ba iweze kufungwa mara moja. Tukiwa wananchi ya Wasingisho pamoja na Kapseret. Kuna restaurants wengine ambayo imefungwa. Sasa hii ya Oscar Sudi ni kanisa ama ni bar? Sasa tunataka tuseme ya kwamba lazima ifungwe mara moja tukiwa wananchi wa Kapseret.
So awaje kutumia vitisho, na hiyo vitisho yake atupeleke mbali. Aendelee na klabu zake za pombe kuumiza wa Kenya. Naibu wa rais na rais mwenyewe wanakataa pombe, na yeye anaendelea kutengeneza clubs. Hapa Timba Nova Primary School iko next 100 meters. Kwani huyu mtu anataka kuwa watu wangapi kwa pombe? Oscar Sudi, hiyo pesa yenye unatumia kila mahali, hata nashangaa mheshimiwa Oscar Sudi anaweza toaje zaidi ya milioni 3 kushinda rais? Hii pesa yenye anatumia anatoa wapi? Hata tuambia labda hii pesa ni ya madawa kulevya. Hii mtu lazima tuambie. Hatuwezi tishwa. Kuna wakati mwingine Oscar alisema yeye apande mahindi, apande yeye ni mkarabati. Hii ukarabati yake hii pesa anatoa wapi? Hata tuambia.
Oscar Sudi afanya kazi yake Kapseret Tumeona hata mashule zingine zimeanguka, choo zimefungwa, manyumba mashule zimefungwa kwa sababu machoo yenye haijatengenezwa. Lakini saa hizi unaona akizungukanga na pesa mingi, every weekend unapata anazunguka na over 6 million akipeana. Tuna question huyu jamaa hii pesa yake inatoka wapi?
Na tunataka tuambie Oscar Sudi, wewe ulisema hujai ingia parliament. Hiyo twilo viasu ulikuwa unafanya nini ndio hujai address hapa parliament? Wewe umesema wewe unasunguka sijui Tanzania, sijui wapi ukifanya biashara yako. Mimi naona ya kwamba wewe umechukua parliament yetu ya Kapseret ikuwe ngao yako ya biashara. Lakini sisi tunataka tuseme ya kwamba wewe step aside. Wewe step aside. Wewe unasema ati hutaki kutishwa, sijui unapata vitisho ya kazi gani? Wewe kuja Kapseret, wewe fanyie kazi watu ya Kapseret. Na kama unaona wewe ni ngumu, hiyo ni ngumu, wewe step aside.
Oscar Sudi, watu wa Kapseret walikutuma parliament, uende wa address their issues. It is so shame you are addressing the nation and telling them ati wewe uwezi enda parliament kukunywa chai. So the people of Kapseret, they messed up electing you because they elected such a leader that they cannot present them in parliament.
Okay, so you see the outrage by the people of Kapseret. They are saying, Oscar Sudi, what the hell are you doing? Unapetiana milioni 2, milioni 3, sijui wapi, and you are shamelessly telling people in public at you don't go to parliament. Parliament is a waste of time, while they voted you to go there and represent them, to advance their interest in the National Assembly. Okay? Lakini wewe unasema hiyo ni kuharibu wakati, you'd rather go and do your ukarabati. So basically you're abdicating your duty as a member of parliament. You might as well resign. And I feel sorry for these guys because they can actually recall him if they knew how to. Okay? They should just look at the law. I think it's 18 months after being elected, which we are over 18 months. We are in that window where you can recall your members of parliament, your senators, and so forth. You can do it. Okay? It's in the Election Act. Okay? Is it Elections Act? Something like that. Yeah. Okay? You can do it. But here they were outraged by what the first video that I showed you, where these guys are counting money, and he does this every weekend, working with wads of cash, millions in cash. First of all, that's a red flag. Anyone that's worked with millions in cash, you're on a red flag. Okay, hiyo pesa ni pesa. Anatoa wapi hiyo pesa? Like, what is he? How much does he get paid? Na amefungua bar, amefungua club, and he's building churches. That's why they're asking legit questions. Where is this man getting his money? So anyway, after the outrage by the members of public from his constituency in Kapseret, Malala, the Secretary General of UDA, had something to say. And he wrote something to address Oscar Sudi's behavior, okay? I don't know if I saved it, probably not, but what I can say is this. I'll just give you the reaction by Oscar Sudi, because basically Malala, Cleophas Malala, was scolding Oscar Sudi for what his behavior. Well, you can be, not only were you kind of disrespecting Gachagua, but flaunting money, words of cash. Kupatiana unaimba, hey, 100, 200, 300, milioni sijui ngapi. It's disrespectful, especially in the kind of economic environment situation that we are in. The president is trying to convince us that hana pesa. He's trying to get this finance bill so he can collect enough taxes to finance his projects, the budget, the 3.7 trillion budget. And here you are, you're walking around with words of cash. Unafungua mabiashara kadhalika, kadhaa, and churches. I just saw a picture. He bought one of the bishops a car. Na ukarabati inaendelea, umefungua bar hapo. While the president is saying he doesn't have money to, he's trying to get raise taxes for people to, You see that, you know, this is there's a disconnect there between what the members of this Kenya Kwanza government, what they're saying and what's on the ground. So people feel like, what are you doing? So you understand the outrage by members of his constituency. Okay? So anyway, Malala wrote a letter and kind of described that, trying to scold Oscar Sudi's behavior, and Oscar Sudi had to write a response, which was not very nice. But, well, let me just say very nice, but this is what, let me just say this. This is a copy of the letter of where, can you guys see it? Well, okay, let me see. Oh, crap. Let me just, let me put it up. Malala aliandika barua hapa scolding Oscar Sudi, telling him, hey, what do you think you're doing? What are you doing? This is the UDA Office of Secretary General, who is Cleophas Malala. Can you guys see it? I just enlarged it. Hopefully you can see it anyway. If you can't see it, you can always, you know, go to UDA page or whatever the case is. All right. So Cleophas Malala, apparently he was in China. He was on a visit, visiting the Chinese Communist Party or whatever the case is. He came back and wrote this letter after seeing Oscar Sudi's behavior in whatever. This is what he wrote in a press statement. I'll read it very quick. Okay, ladies and gentlemen of the press, I am pleased to be back in Kenya following a successful and fruitful visit in China. During our time in China, the UDA delegation engaged in meaningful discussions with our counterparts from the Communist Party of China. We explored areas of mutual interest, including economic collaboration, infrastructure development, and capacity building. The insights and experiences we garnered will undoubtedly strengthen our bilateral ties and contribute to Kenya's development. However, upon my return, I have been deeply concerned by reports of indiscipline amongst a section of elected leaders within our party, UDA. My attention has been drawn to the fact that certain individuals continue to show blatant disrespect to the party leadership, including the presidency. This behavior is unacceptable and will not be tolerated within the realms of our party. I specifically address recent public sentiments and actions of Githunguri Member of Parliament, Honorable Gudhoni Wamuchomba, Kapsaret Member of Parliament, Honorable Oscar Sudi, and Nyeri Governor, Honorable Mutai Kahiga. Your recent conduct not only undermines the party unity, but also disrespects the leadership that you pledge to serve. Let this be a stern warning. Desist from such actions with immediate effect. Should this behavior persist, the party will take disciplinary action against you. Okay. So there you go. There's the second part of the letter. Where is it at? Oh, crap. Do you want me to read it for you? I'll read it very quick. The second page says, you guys can read it. I'm enlarging it so you can kind of read it. Additionally, it has come to my attention that some cabinet secretaries have been involving themselves in political activities, contrary to the law which requires them to remain apolitical. Honorable Moses Kuria, the Cabinet Secretary for Public Service, Gender and Affirmative Action, your primary responsibility is to serve the people within your docket. Should you wish to engage in politics, you're welcome to resign and join the political arena. Similarly, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen, Cabinet Secretary for Roads and Transport, your focus should be on addressing and pressing issues in your ministry, particularly the reclamation of roads damaged by recent floods. Serve the Kenyan people or step down from your position and return to politics. Furthermore, I urge the young politicians within the UDA who have prematurely begun their campaigns for 2032 to halt these activities. Your current mandate is to serve your constituents. Early campaigning not only distracts from your responsibility, but also disrespect the trust placed in you by the electorate. Should you continue with these premature campaigns, the party will take stand disciplinary action against you. In conclusion, the importance of party discipline and respect for party hierarchy is sacrosanct. Any form of indiscipline will not be tolerated within the ranks of the UDA party, We must uphold the values and principles that guide our party to ensure we deliver our promises to the Kenyan people. And then it's signed there by Honorable Senator Cleophas Malala, Secretary General, UDA Party. Okay. So, so Cleophas Malala amerudi na akona nini? Beast Mode Reloaded, karibu sana. Like the video. Do not waste time. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Karibu sana, Mr. Beast Mode. So, Cleophas Malala came from China, and amesema nimetoka huko China, tukaendelea tukazungumza maneno, lakini nimerudi nikapata people are misbehaving. Kuna indiscipline. So the response was equally funny. I'm not saying it's funny, but it's kind of stupid. But anyway, it's kind of anyway. Let me just give you the response. The response was actually funny. The response, I'll start with what's his name? Moses Kuria is one of the names that one named, and he said, just to highlight, you can see the screen. Moses Kuria said that statement could not be from Cleophas Malala because it was in good English. Okay, this is funny, but anyway, this is basically what he said in quotes. As I said on 21st May, I will not make any political statements till 20th August. Someone is not happy with this and is trying to provoke me. In any case, that statement could not be from Cleophas Malala because it was in good English. So basically, Moses Kuria is basically saying your statement, Moses Kuria is saying your statement, Cleophas Malala is not his own statement. Somebody probably wrote it for him because it was in good English. You see how ridiculous this thing is. Oscar Sudi also had something to say. Let me go to Oscar Sudi. He said something, and it was as if, people do not, let me just say this, they did not respect the statements by Cleophas Malala. If I can only find, let me see where it is. Oscar Sudi. Here it is. Oscar Sudi replied by saying, elevated MCA suffering from illusionary superiority, thinking he matches Rafael Tuju's caliber. Oof. Okay. So basically, Oscar Sudi is saying, Cleophas Malala anajifanya yeye ni Rafael Tuju. Remember, Rafael Tuju was Jubilee's Secretary General who used to, write things like that. Of course, he was backed by Uhuru Kenyatta. So he had much influence within the Jubilee party, okay? But anyway, basically Moses Kuria and Oscar Sudi did not, based on their response, they do not respect what Cleophas Malala was writing. Honestly, if I was Cleophas Malala, I would have, okay, if you are really concerned about what they said, about what maybe Moses Kuria said, Oscar Sudi said, or Murkomen said, call them, sit them down, talk to them, alafu make a statement that's general without actually naming names. That would have been a better way. Lakini ukiandika hapa unaanza kuandika alafu you make it a press statement saying, failure to do that, nikawe ni headmaster, you're talking to a bunch of kids, okay? That's kind of disrespectful. That's why you get this kind of response from Oscar Sudi and the rest. Jamaa, they're not media trained. They don't know anything about leadership. They just talk shit. But anyway, I guess this is one of the statements that got Wamuchomba into trouble. Wamuchomba said, I'm quoting from Kenyans.co.ke. Wamuchomba said, once MPs pass the NADCO report, the thing that will happen is a cabinet reshuffle to accommodate Raila's people. The other one in Wamuchomba, 28th May 2024. So that's the kind of thing that got her in trouble. And Robert Alai and others wakaanza kushikwa na joto hapo, wakaanza kusema, Wamuchomba wewe jichunge, wacha kusema vitu kama hizo. She's right. I hate to agree with her, but she's right. NADCO was all about, kunenio kupatiana cheo watu Azimio. That's why Kalonzo was so fighting about it. I made a video about that yesterday. If you're watching my live yesterday, you can see that. Anyway, so that's what's going on with the ODM people with this whole shenanigans. Now, other news. Very quickly before we get to Muguka and our main topic. Kakamega governor, if you can see. Kakamega looting. Governor Fernando Barasa is spending a whole 11 million on food alone in his office. This is from Kenya West. He says, Waganga have such a huge appetite. Okay, I get the reference because Barasa is the one who Ali he went to the Mganga, if you guys remember that. Like the video, ladies and gentlemen. Like the video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go to my YouTube channel. My name is Kenya Revolutionary. Please subscribe up. So anyway, let me just play the clip real quick. It's funny, but this is funny. He's saying Governor Fernando Barasa was spending 11 million on food alone in his office. Waganga have such a huge appetite. But anyway, here's a clip about that.
Have we solved all the problems in Kakamega?
Hold on.
I see a row that talks of personal allowances paid as part of salary, and an explanation there that personal allowances comprise of meal allowances to staff in the office of the governor, and the amount is 11 million. Governor, that is what is in this report. In the prior year, it was 18 million for the year. So there is this thing about food and certain parts of the country. We cannot budget for that thing, and we need to take things seriously. Here it is talking of meal allowances to staff in the office of the government. I'm not looking on things. I hope you are looking at note 4.
I'm looking at it, and that's why I want to clarify.
Yes, please clarify.
That yeah, we need to get a breakdown of the 11 million. Yeah.
Now you have chosen to disclose that you paid 11 million for food for people in the governor's office. Have we solved all the problems in Kakamega? That the only problem remaining is the stomach of the staff in the governor's office?
The best answer to this is we get a breakdown of the specifics so that the salary of the country staff is how much.
No, Governor. There are only 2 rows on personal allowances, as part of salary and as reimbursements. Your explanation has not made any distinction between the two. In fact, we can easily assume that in the prior year, 20 million Kenya shillings was spent on meal allowances to staff in the office of the government. I would be happy to hear that it is not happening. But I will not let this matter go until we know what these people were eating. That was 1 million shillings per month in the office of the government.
And how many they were?
Yes, and how many there were. So that we do away with this stereotype that Bora Ameshipa. There is no way you can justify this, that you are spending 1 million shillings a month on food for staff in the governor's office. And this is not a creation of Gachagua and the Senate. This is in your report. And I'm just trying to look at the prior year report to see how much you guys were eating. And it was not there in 2019-2020. It was introduced in 2020-2021 and was carried over to 2021-2022. And Auditor General, I hope that you can keep an eye on this, because this is not acceptable.
All right. So apparently, Barasa, like it is we are fighting corruption. You see the silliness in our politics. Like Barasa will not go anywhere. Barasa will not be arrested. Barasa he'll be fine. I mean, Oparanya did the same thing. Obviously, he didn't spend 11 million on food, but he also embezzles embezzled the county, misappropriated their county funds. Oparanya is walking free. He's fighting to become the head honcho of ODM. So, and our president will be busy talking about, hey, we are fighting corruption. DCI itakuja ifanye investigation, wampeleke kotini, sijui EACC wampeleke kotini, utasikia insufficient, sijui there's no enough evidence, atawachiliwa. We know the game. It's a waste of time. This just adds into our, yani, anyway, kuna vitu vingine hata, that's not where I was going with this today. They should freeze their asset and recover that money. Yes, they did freeze Oparanya's assets. Remember, Oparanya and his 2 wives, they froze his assets for a while the investigation was going on. Watu wakaanza kulia, hey, USG, watu Azimio wakaanza kulia, oh, they are targeting our members, politicians, our politicians. They are worried about 2024. They know Oparanya, if Raila leaves, Oparanya will be the head of ODM, or they're targeting us. Na hiyo story kaenda hivyo. Oparanya is still working free. He has a new wife. Uliona hiyo picha yake. So these cases, like I said, these members of the political class, I use that term loosely. When I say political class, I'm just using people who have made millions, billions of money by being in politics, whether they are governors, whether they are MPs, senators, whatever. These people make money by that, and they're connected. That's why wakishiku wanapigia rais simu wanasema, eh. So that's why you see we can never have real opposition because all these people are connected. Babu Owino akona kesi, I'm just using it, shooting DJ Evolve. So if Babu Owino is running against Sakaja, do you think Babu Owino will win against Sakaja? He won't. Sakaja ashapatia Raila 200 million. That's why you see the Azimio-led MCAs in Nairobi cannot impeach Sakaja because Raila amepewa do. Okay? So, do you think Babu Owino will become the governor for Nairobi in 2027? Kama Raila akishap 200 million. No, he won't. Hawezi kumtoa. That's why I'm saying all these people, these politicians are connected. So we will never get justice kwa safanya ujinga. Linturi, another example. Linturi was supposed to be gone. Why is Linturi still in Denio? Ati walienda kufanya investigation wakapata ati there's no evidence. Hatuwezi kuimpeach. Linturi is still, in fact, you'll see Linturi giving a speech about corruption. That's what I'm telling you. Hey. Anyway, let's get to the topic. Muguka 2, Abdulswamad. Nasir, governor of Nairobi, 0. Let's get to it. History ya Muguka ni kama imeshika moto. Just for a quick shits and giggles, our friend, Karen Nyamu was asked about the finance bill. Did you guys see that in there? I'll just play this before I get to the mada, okay? Naingia kwa mada saa hizi. Karen Nyamu, whatever her name is. Did you guys see that ninio yake when he was asked about finance bill? I'll just play it for you guys to see. This is our politicians.
What is your general opinion about the finance bill that is yet to be passed?
My general opinion of the finance bill. First of all, finance bill inafanywa National Assembly, not in the Senate. But what I know about the Kenya Kwanza administration, what we promised the people on the ground is that economy itakuwa bottom up. Unaweza kuwa unalia, Ruto anatutax sana. Na sasa hiyo ametoa tax ya wale watu wako chini, ameongeza for example ya wale watu wana import vitanda kutoka nje. Na wewe unazusha nini? Na nikitota haikuhusu. You know, find out what does this finance bill say. Kuna tax imeongezwa, inakuhusu. Sasa wewe unatetea masource, watu wanataxiwa, na wewe tax zako zile ziko unataxiwa zimepelekwa chini. Kwa sababu hiyo bottom up model. So find out. Watana through the social media. You know, we have opposition politics.
Oh my goodness. That's These are your politicians. These are your politicians. These are your politicians. Like Sudi, I see him donating 3 million in a day. Even now, the people of Kapsaret are complaining about where the money Sudi is donating comes from. I was watching it be too bad. Yeah, I played that when I played you a clip of people of Kapsaret complaining that Oscar Sudi amejenga club karibu na shule, nafanya watu na kunywa pombe. He's donating 3 million every day, every other day, every weekend. Anapatia mabishop, ananunulia magari. Where is he getting money? And he's boasting shamelessly, telling his constituency that I can't go to drink, siendi kunywa chai kwa bunge. That's a waste of time. Mimi ni mtu wa ukarabati, naenda kutafuta pesa. Boss, they voted for you to go to parliament to legislate, to advance their interest. They didn't vote for you to become an MP wa ukarabati. They voted for you to go and legislate. Lakini yeye ni mtu wa ukarabati. You see what's going on? So this is the kind of madness that's going on. But anyway, let's get to the matter of today. Mada leo. So it seems like the Embu farmers are actually winning the war against the governor of Mombasa. You remember the governor of Mombasa? Alisema yeye hataki hiyo mambo ya Muguka ikuje na Mombasa. Okay? Alisema msilete ninio hapa Mombasa. I do not want it. Hiyo inaharibia inaharibu maisha ya vijana. Kasema Muguka is bad for the people, all the nonsense you know, you heard what he said, okay? So, you know, the farmers of Embu or whatever wakasema no, hold up 1 minute. Wait a minute. Nyinyi mnataka mustopishe Muguka kwa sababu it is competition to the people who are selling unga, if you know what I mean, unga ile dawa ya kulevya, okay? And there are people, it is being said, as the Mbere MP said, there are politicians that are connected to the governor within the Azimio hierarchy who are involved in the uzaji wa madawa ya kulevya, who are behind this ban of Muguka in Mombasa County, because it is kind of disrupting their business. Okay? So that's why you see 3 counties try to ban it. Well, today, there was rebellion. Rebellion. You know me, my name is Kenya Revolutionary. So any signs of rebellion, I usually like it, depending on what you're rebelling against, okay? So there was kind of, watu walisema, no. Muguka, you know, the Kanjo police, whatever the case is, who was sent to go stop the Muguka coming from Central Province, coming to Mombasa. In the meantime, the governor, some KRA officers stormed his governor's radio station, saying that governor halipangi tax. And governor akasema, you know, this is just their wanamtarget kwa sababu ya hii mambo ya Muguka. Well, let's see. Just let me give you a context, because this is what happened. So let me just play you that so you can see what happened with the governor. So it seems like the governor is losing the battle. I'll show you the people who were rebelling, who made their way to Mombasa, regardless of the police who tried to stop them. Here's the governor who was...
No. You came here, you are coming in. Watu wote ambao kwamba nimeongea nao, everyone is saying they are not aware. My friend, kama mmetumwa kuja kutuharas, no. We are going to take this matter even further. Hii kitu kama Muguka ndio inafanya hii mambo paka mnaona ya kwa tutatishika namna hii, kwa lazima watu wetu watumie sumu. We will continue. Hapana, mimi naomba tafadhalini, kama hamuna issue yote, mlango ndio ule. Na kuna utaratibu. Mlango ndio ule. You can't just come in.
Hata tuliongea na wao vizuri.
No. Sawa. Nyinyi mmekuja hapa tayari, you've already threatened, mnasema ya kwa tunabeba matransmitter, tunabeba nini?
Tumesema hivyo, tumeongea na wao vizuri.
Watu wote walioko hapa and they will also be part and parcel of the team. Mimi naambia tena, we will not be cowed. We will not. Hii kitu we will. Tutaenda tu. Tutaenda. My friend Blanco kwa pale, wacha tuongee na watu kunje.
Okay, so there, to give you a little bit context, KRA walienda kwa ninio, that radio station which is owned by the Abdulswamad, Nasir, the son of Nasir, governor of Mombasa. The KRA were claiming that, hey, this guy, you haven't been paying taxes for this enterprise here. And the governor is saying, why now? Because I'm banning the Muguka. So this kind of, basically he's saying, or insinuating, not so many words, saying that he's being targeted by some powerful people who are supporting the Muguka cell in Mombasa, you know, and he's saying that this is just an intimidation tactic to stop him. And you are watching ban Muguka in Mombasa. Now, the court's already pronounced itself and said Muguka can still be sold by licensed people. As long as you have license, you can sell Muguka in Mombasa. And the governor has no power to actually stop the sale of Muguka. Now, there's a moral argument about this Muguka, and there's also the law, okay? Now, you can come and tell me that Muguka is a controlled substance, it's destructive to the wananchi of Wanacoast, and someone can argue, hey, it's legal, so what's your point? We don't care if it's destructive or not. Alcohol is destructive too. What's your point? You know, as long as it's legal, there's license, someone can grow it legally and sell it. There's nothing much you can do, Mr. Mombasa governor. So that's basically what Muguka farmers are saying. But the governor is saying, no, this is destroying our young folks in Mombasa. But the question is, and there's people who are saying that, why don't they sell this Muguka to vijana wa Central Province? And the farmers in Central Province, I say, it's not only Central Province people who use it. People in Rift Valley use it. Other parts of the country use it. It's just not only Mombasa that we sell it. It's just the demand is in Mombasa. The huge demand in Mombasa. As you know, Mombasa has been fighting for the past few years, fighting with the whole drug addiction. Vijana, you know, it's a place where a lot of tourists go. And, you know, different tours go there and try drugs and all that. It's a party city. It's by the beach, ocean, Indian Ocean, all that stuff, okay? So, these people from the central, farmers from the central who are selling this Muguka saying, hey, this is all about competition. Nyinyi, msijifanya ati Muguka ndio inaharibu maisha ya vijana. There's drugs, illicit drugs, illegal drugs that are being sold to the youth in Mombasa. And, you know, Muguka is not illegal. So what's your point? You know, if you guys cannot stop that, why are you complaining about Muguka, which is legally you can sell to vijana in Mombasa, okay? So that's the debate. You can make a moral argument about that. And you can also make a legal argument to that, okay? So that's what's happening. But anyway, as I've told you, I've shown you that clip. It's also suspicious. I mean, why now? Why did they? I mean, to be fair to the governor, of all these days, Kwani leo ndio KRA realized that Uyu mayor, his radio station was not paying taxes. I mean, this is kind of... But anyway, so I'll show you. There was a standoff between Muguka sellers or people who are transporting this Muguka and the police who are trying to stop Muguka from coming to Mombasa town. I'll show you the video, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll show you the video real quick, what happened, what transpired between the two parties. But so far, the people resisted and they wali make sure Muguka inapelekwa huko ndani. They didn't care. So let me start by showing you the first kind of exchange, the first exchange that happened when the police tried to stop the lorries that were transporting this Muguka and Mira and all this stuff that the governor is telling them, you know, was banned, okay? Which the court said you can't ban it. We can sell it as we want, as we wish. It's legal. So here's the video, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. Subscribe. Don't waste any time. Here's the video. Let me just show you this video real quick so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. Here it is. All right. So you see, watu walisema ilipita. Hiyo lori ilipita. They were like, okay, you're not going to stop this from passing. So they ilipita. But anyway, there is public participation about this this Mirror sale. There's people arguing for or against it. There are people who are members of the public from Mombasa who are saying they're for it. Some people are against it, but it's good to see people, who are participating publicly, arguing for and against this Mirror. I'll give you a snippet. This was happening in Mombasa too. Like members of Coastarian.
Kumkumbusha Mheshimiwa Rais ni matatu ama sheria tatu. Quickly. Kwa majina naitwa Engineer Ahmadi na ni mmoja katika wakireketwa hapa katika mji wetu wa Mombasa. Mimi sheria zangu nataka kumkumbusha Mheshimiwa Rais ni matatu ama sheria tatu. Ya kwanza ambayo nataka nimwelezee ni Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Bill, ambapo kemikali ya cathinone ni moja katika zile ambazo iko ya kwanza, na hiyo ndio inayopatikana katika high concentration katika Muguka. La pili ni kwamba the same chemical is found in Schedule 1 katika sheria za Amerika na Uingereza, ambapo yeye ametoka huko juzi. Kama hata tusikiza sisi wa pwani, ampigie simu Rais wa Amerika amuulize kwa nini ameiweka katika Schedule 1, na ni kwamba imeshinikizwa, haitakikani kabisa, na ni moja katika kemikali inaoharibu vijana kwa ubaya sana. Aidha utatibika ama usitibike kabisa. Sheria ya pili nataka kumkumbusha Bwana Rais Mheshimiwa ni kwamba masala ya yeye kusikiza upande mmoja na akatoa moja kwa moja directive conflict of laws article number 191 ameitumia section number 2, lakini hapo katika hiyo sheria tunamkumbusha section number 4 inatupatia nguvu sisi kama watu kutoka county kuipinga ile section number 2. Section number 4 itatusimamia, na kwa uwezo wa Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tutatumia sheria ya Kenya kuipinga ile number 2. Namalizia katika sheria ya mwisho ambayo jambo ambalo limetumiza sote sisi hapa katika pwani, na kama vile yameelezwa hapa, kuna pesa ambazo zimetolewa. Tungependa prioritize walimu, wale matabibu ambao wamestrike, na kwamba amesikiza upande mmoja, hajasikiza upande wa pili. Wito wangu kwa advisors, Karisa Nzai, wewe ni wa kwetu. Advisors kina Devin D, mumeangalia upande wa uchumi wa sehemu ile. Je, ule uchumi ukipanda kule, huku kwetu haupungui? Kwa hivyo if you are trying to elevate a region's economical status, hapa kwetu panaanguka. Kwa hivyo lazima mutie akili. Pili, health status yetu inaanguka. Lazima muangalie jambo hilo. Karisa Nzai, hili jambo si la siasa. Tafadhali mshike shikio. Naenda mara ya 3, wito wangu kwa magavana wote wa pwani na mzee wetu mpendwa wetu Waziri Aden Duale. Mashehe kutoka Northeastern wameungana na wote pia wataban, na kuomba kwa niaba ya hawa wote waliokuwa hapa na wengine ambao hawako, zungumza na Mheshimiwa Rais. Tafadhali atuweke kando na hili jambo, aliban kabisa. Kama vile Mama Zamzam, women rep wetu alivyosema kwamba ile stroke ulipoiweka kwenye communication ya jana haiko kule, basi haiko. Alafu mimi nakukumbusha Mheshimiwa, sisi wa pwani twajua dafu sinazi, ama nikukumbushe kule kwenu Mrenda si sukuma wiki. Kwa hivyo nawaeleza msiweke kitu hiki kwa kile, na ndio maana ukaona Wameru hawakubali masala Muguka, hawakubali, ni Waembu ndo wanalitilia mkazo. Kwa hivyo nakuomba Mheshimiwa, tafadhali, Muguka ni sumu, na mimi najitolea kwa heshima ya wazee, mimi kama mwanasayansi najitolea masala haya ya kemikali, niko tayari. Kama vile yule deputy governor na senator walisema wako na report, scientific evidence, mimi najitolea, waje tupambane biri kwenye lab, tutoe na wao wasimame, tufanye test, chemical test na toxicology ya miraa ama ya Muguka, alafu tuthibitishe, wao watoe yao na mimi nitoe zetu. Shukran.
Thank you very much.
To get more videos of up.
Okay. So that gentleman is an engineer. He made a point. One thing, okay, I agree with him in one point, and the other point I don't agree with him. Let me start with the point that I agree with him. Okay, if the people of a certain county do not want Muguka to be sold in its county, I think they can come up with a law that bans Muguka. The MCAs can come and make a law and vote it out. Okay, that gives kind of county power. You know, counties can have their own, you know, laws which bans a certain whatever chemical or a certain substance, whatever the case is. On his argument about Muguka being a scheduled drug or whatever, and he said it's a scheduled drug in the United States, it's illegal in US and Britain, and he told Ruto or advised Ruto to consult with the President of the United States and British to, you know, just to confirm that this thing is illegal. The gentleman fails to understand that this is Kenya, okay? We are not living, Kenya does not live under the rules and laws of the US of A, regardless of whether that is a scheduled drug or not. I'll give you an example. Sorry. Marijuana. In Amsterdam, you can go to the airport, get to a what do you call it? One of those kiosks in the airport, and you can legally buy marijuana, bangi, and smoke, and get out and go to your plane and go wherever you're going or whatever. It's legal. Is marijuana a scheduled drug? Does it poses a threat? Just have the same dangers as Muguka or whatever? Does it make you high? It's a legal substance. It's considered illegal in so many countries and so many states in the United States and, you know, in Britain and all that stuff. So it is up to the countries, okay, to determine if they want to ban Muguka, Miraa, or not. Now we can break it down to counties, because so far in Kenya it is legal to grow and sell Muguka. Now that's why I'm saying if the Mombasa County members of the county MCAs have a public forum where they're discussing like this gentleman they were having there, and decide that they want to make it illegal in Mombasa County, then that's fair game. But we can't just come out and say, oh, Muguka is illegal in the USA, Muguka is illegal in Great Britain, so let's also make it illegal because US and Britain makes it illegal. No, we live by our own laws and rules, okay? So it is up to the country. This is a good debate, and it also brings up this scenario. Now, I won't get into the how poisonous or the adverse effects that Muguka brings to the wananchi. That's another debate altogether. Or the chemical components of Muguka and Miraa. That is a debate that I cannot have because I don't know. I've never taken Muguka, so I don't know. But that's a debate that can be held to determine if it should be legalized or banned. Okay, and like I said, counties can determine this. If Mombasa County say they want to ban it, the governor cannot just stand up and say this is illegal. No, the MCAs can come up and say, hey, we are passing this law and saying, listen, and the NEO say, we don't want it on this county, whatever the case is, all right? The constitution provides of how to go about it in the county, all right? Now, somebody else talked about this. Atwoli's son, who happened to be what is it called? Happened to be a doctor. Okay, I think he's a chemist or something like that. I will read his, then I'll wrap it up because we are kind of running out of time. But I want to read it. I wanted to read this about Muguka. Are you guys ready, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies, comrades. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Okay. So Dr. Ouma Oluga, OGW, I don't know what that means, said wisdom is not acceptable in the post-fact era. People must sell Muguka for whatever it's worth. The consumer must not complain even in the coffin. The votes must stay in the basket. Structure, bodily harm, and adverse effects. Well, what are those really? Anyway, he was responding to this tweet by Lukoe Wa Atwoli, who said, I'll read this. You guys can see it on the screen. Okay, as we wrap up. The legal status of a substance and its use are matters for society to decide and legislate upon. Fair point. The chemical structure, contents, and effects of the substance upon use are not matters for parliamentary debate. These are decided in the labs, in field surveys, at learned convenings, and in journals reviewed by experts in the field. Well, kind of that's stupid because, from the results that we get in the labs, if they find that the chemical structure or the contents and effects of this substance is detrimental to the human body, then it can be presented to the parliament and it can be legislated upon, made legal or legal. So that's kind of stupid, but I'll continue. In Kenya, because of the surfeit of lawyers, surfeit basically means a lot of lawyers, many. In Kenya, because of the surfeit of lawyers and an excess of them in parliament, we see every problem as having a legislative solution. So now high-ranking governmental officials can argue that a substance is harmless and has no physiological effects because Parliament said so in some act. I think cat, which is Miraa, and Muguka can be marketed, controlled, and used in much the same way other substances are, including alcohol, tobacco, caffeine, theobromine, cocoa, paracetamol, malariquin, and artemisia. Artemisia annua, etc. are. But nobody can claim that alcohol is allowed because it is harmless, or that tobacco can be consumed because Parliament says it's safe. Nobody should claim this about all the other psychoactive substances either. 2 cents for 50 cents. Have a wonderful day. So, again, just to wrap up on this whole argument about the effects, adverse effects, the pros and cons of this Muguka, I think if the people want it, why not? Okay? It kind of like that whole marijuana argument in other countries, like in the US. I think the state of Michigan and a few other states voted to legalize marijuana. Some states you can use it for, medical use. Some states, I don't know. You can go to some, like California, you can go to these weed shops and buy weed. Okay. So, like I say, this should go county to county. We have 47 counties. People should vote on, do you want it or not? Okay. And let them vote. Now, whether to make it legal or not, that's an argument. Actually, it can be made in public. It can be made in Parliament. Let researchers, let professionals, let chemists and scientists come up and tell us how harmful this thing is, if it's good for us or not. If it's not, let the counties and their representatives make that call and see if, this is something that they would allow in their county or they will disallow in their county. Okay. Shouldn't be having a lot of controversy around this issue, but I get both sides. It's just, I don't know, all of a sudden, of all these years that Muguka has been around, why now? Why do we have now all of a sudden the governor of Mombasa saying, I want it, I want this thing banned from our Nino? But again, you can make a good argument in favor of banning this Muguka, and you can also make a good argument in favor of the usage of Muguka. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, and comrades, it was just a short one. It's been 1 hour, 7 minutes. I wanted to go further, but I will stop here because it's been 1 hour. I always try to keep it to 1 hour. But hey, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. My name is Kenya Revolutionary, as you can see on that. See that name right there? Type it on YouTube. Find me there. Subscribe. If you're watching this on your timeline, please like, share, comment. And if you haven't subscribe, put your notification on, so when I come in, you can always see me and you can jump on the comment section or join me in the studio. I can always put the link here and you can join me in the conversation. Okay. Thank you so much. Beast Mode Reloaded. Nice seeing you again, brother. It's always give me his feedback on how he sees things. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much and God bless. Peace and blessings.